I've never seen them before.
John Francis Walker, you have been permitted to live based upon your agreed non-intervention. You are now harboring a fugitive element. Release her to our custody or be extinguished. You have 1 minute to comply.
The future is today. Disney sci-fi mystery adventure Tomorrowland opens this Friday. They're all laughing. Co-starring next to George Clooney. Please welcome the very scary but very nice in person, Matthew MacCaull.
Thank you so much.
Or shall I say, bonjour.
Bonjour. Merci.
You were born and raised in Montreal.
In Brossard, yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
amazing. And now you're living in Vancouver.
Loving Vancouver.
And you shot a lot of this movie in Vancouver.
Vancouver surrounding area. That particular scene was shot in Vernon. Beautiful Vernon, BC. Very sweltering hot.
Well, it's become quite the hot place to shoot films. So has Toronto. They're shooting Suicide Squad here right now, which is so good for you, seeing as you live in Vancouver. How did this opportunity come to you? I mean, when Disney calls, it's a big deal.
Absolutely it is, yeah. It's it's a very big deal, and they do as much as they can to not let you know about the project, so you've got to use everything at your employment to do the job you want to do. So they'll make you sign non-disclosure agreements. They won't tell you about the backstory. For my audition, I had no idea who the character was.
Really?
And I just had to make all these creative choices at what I thought the character might be. And then once I got it, even to read the script, you'd have to go into the production office, sign out a numbered script. Wow. They'd give you an office. You sit in the office, and then somebody sort of casually walks by every 10 minutes wanting to see if, hey, would you like a glass of water or something?
What a unique experience.
And really, they're just like watching you to make sure you're not taking pictures with your phone, which I did, so I could memorize my lines because I couldn't take my lines home. So, thanks.
Really?
Yeah.
So, did you know that George Clooney was cast at that point?
I did, yeah. So when I first got the audition, I knew that George Clooney was cast.
Hugh Laurie?
Did not know Hugh Laurie.
Okay.
I knew Damon Lindelof and Brad Bird were writing and directing. And I knew the name of the movie was Tomorrowland.
And the crazy thing is it does take you on that mystery adventure where you're figuring out what's going on as the characters are figuring it out. You're not allowed to tell us very much about who or what your character does. I saw the movie. I loved it. Who would you say this should be seen by? Because while adults can enjoy it, I feel that it's got important, deep messaging for tweens who've got a lot on their shoulders. There's environmental messages,
absolutely,
you know, in terms of social consciousness about how we look at the planet, that maybe they could take a collective sigh of relief and a breath and one of hope.
Yeah, I think so. You know, it's one of these movies that presents a hopeful vision of the future, but it's also, it posits the understanding that it's not just going to happen. It's something that we have to take control of and make sure that we manufacture our own future. It's a manifest destiny, or a manufactured destiny, really.
And then it begins with every positive action and thought can change the world for the better.
Exactly.
And the special effects in creating this futuristic world were amazing. How much was an actual set versus special effects?
I would say it was about 50-50. There were, the sets were extensive and vast and huge. And they basically built a house inside the studio that we were shooting at in Vancouver.
Cool.
So you'd walk inside a gigantic studio, and within it was just this person's house, fully formed, functioning house. I didn't try the bathrooms, but I'm sure they would have worked.
And now you are immortalized forever in film with Disney. And I loved one of your recent tweets with your beautiful girlfriend, and you were so sentimental and saying how amazing it is to be part. You know, if you have gas, it's amazing to do that too. But to be part of the Disney family, because you are a fan of all things Disney. Who isn't?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I grew up with a lot of Disney things.
I'm sorry, I'm losing it now.
But yeah, you know, I remember watching Mary Poppins with my two cousins 50 times at least. It was their favorite film. So anytime we'd go over to my cousins, we would sit on the floor and watch Mary Poppins.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, just, you know, that classic Disney stuff. What they put.
Star Wars, which you're so excited about.
Which is more current, which is more new to Disney, and so I'm so excited about that. That I think that J.J. Abrams is involved, but also that
That is, I busted you on this. I know it's an old one. Your official Jedi Knight card?
I'm very proud of that. I think I was about 15 or 16 years old.
That's awesome.
Obviously didn't have a lot of friends. And I wanted to be part of the new movies. At that point, we're going to be episodes 1, 2, and 3. And not being an actor at that point, not knowing how do I go about being in a movie, I just decided to write somebody. I found an address somewhere, wrote in saying, I would really love to be a part of these movies.
That's adorable.
And they wrote me back saying, dude, you have to be an actor, but you can subscribe to this magazine. And when I did, they sent me my Jedi Knight card, so
Matthew?
it's a mantle I carry.
Amazing you are. I really look forward to seeing. I know you've got a ton of projects on the go, so this is just the beginning. Seeing him in Tomorrowland, it is a gas. This Friday. And a pleasure. Come back anytime.
Thank you so much.
Hello to your family, because I know you have your mom watching the East Coast.
Yes, hey, Mom.
Dad, West Coast.
Dad in Vancouver. What's up,
Hi, guys. He misses you all. Right now, over to Kevin in the newsroom.